Well, hi, everybody. Welcome to today's video. Happy Valentine's Day to you. I hope that you have told the ones that you love how much they mean to you. In this video, and after I kind of cover some somewhat serious stuff, I'm going to read some things that may rub you wrong. I hope not, but I'm just the messenger. I will opine on them, but let's go ahead and jump right in. I saw something the other day that did not surprise me, but there is something called nature therapy. This is not some, psychobabble. It's really called nature therapy. And I want to go over what this story says and give you some things just to think about. So as I'm doing this video and I'm reading some of these things, I would love to hear your comments, so drop them down below. It says, nature therapy, 5 easy ways to boost your mood and reduce stress by stepping outside. Stuck in a rut, a screen rut, feeling overwhelmed? Nature therapy is your answer. Stepping outside isn't just a walk in the park. It's a mood booster, stress reducer, and happiness hack. Explore 5 easy ways to reconnect with the earth, from mindful walks to barefoot strolls. Discover how nature can unlock your inner peace and leave you feeling amazing. Are you a believer, like I am, that nature, being in the out of doors, just makes you feel better? There's something calming about it, something that lets you know that you're not the center of the universe. I think that as more and more people are living in the concrete jungles and they are further and further away from nature, there's something inside of us that yearns to get back to that, get back to nature, where our ancestors came from. Look at the 5 things they talk about. Nature therapy, also known as ecotherapy or green therapy, is a holistic approach to improving well-being by connecting with the natural world. In simple terms, it involves spending time outdoors and immersing oneself in the beauty of nature to promote physical, mental, and emotional health. How can somebody argue with that? You want to get healthy. A healthy diet is a well-balanced diet of lots of different foods. To not have a connection with nature, your life is not in balance. At least I don't think it is. It says the modern world often keeps us confined within concrete walls and surrounded by technology, leading to a disconnection from the natural environment. Nature therapy aims to counterbalance this by encouraging individuals to spend time in natural settings such as parks, forests, or gardens. This intentional interaction with the outdoors has been proven to have numerous positive effects on overall well-being. I know it does with me. Does it with you? When you go camping or RVing or hiking, don't you just feel better? I mean, I kind of hate to return to the rat race, but I feel much better when I'm connected with nature. It talks about stress reduction. The sights, sounds, and smells of nature can have a calming effect on the nervous system, helping to alleviate stress and promote relaxation. A simple stroll through a green space can significantly lower stress levels, contributing to a sense of peace and tranquility. How long has it been since you've gone on a walk? It may just be a walk in your neighborhood, a walk in the park, so to speak. It could be when you're camping or out in the wilderness, but how long has it been? And did it make you feel better? I'd be interested to know. Talks about improving your mood. Spending time in nature has been linked to improved mood and decreased symptoms of anxiety and depression. The natural environment provides a refreshing change from the hustle and bustle of daily life, offering a respite for the mind. Vitamin D. Exposure to sunlight during outdoor activities also stimulates the production of vitamin D, known for its role in mood regulation. Golly, it sounds like I need to go out in the sun more often. Nature therapy is not limited to rural areas. Even urban green spaces can offer therapeutic benefits. City dwellers can seek out local parks or community gardens to reap the rewards of nature therapy. Bringing nature into urban environments, such as through potted plants or green rooftops, can also have positive effects on mental health. I want to know, is there anybody watching this video that thinks that this is just BS? That's just bull. That's psychobabble. We don't need a connection with nature. Does anyone believe that? Type 1 if you believe that this is all just BS. If you think that having a connection with nature, it helps us. It helps us physically and mentally, and helps us spiritually, I think. Type 2. These are the five things to sum this up, and I'd just like to know what you think. How to add nature therapy into your life. Start small. Begin by taking short walks in nearby parks or green spaces. Gradually increase the time spent outdoors as you become more comfortable. I have a suggestion. Besides just starting small and taking short walks, take those walks with someone that you love. Maybe, of course, it could be your spouse, your significant other, but maybe your grandson or your granddaughter or your children. Take that time and just go out and be with them. The next thing says, and this is important, unplug. How many of us walk around in nature without this thing? Probably, I would guess, not very many of us. It says unplug, leave electronic devices behind or limit their use during nature therapy. This helps minimize distractions and allows for a more immersive experience. It's the distractions that kill me. When I'm talking to someone, I have a business meeting and they're, you can go ahead and talk, and they do this. It's the ultimate sign of disrespect, and they don't hear me, they don't care, and I don't even know if people know what they're doing. They're so absorbed in that screen. Mindful observation. Engage your senses by paying attention to the details of nature. Notice the colors, textures, and sounds around you. This mindfulness enhances the therapeutic effects of the experience. When I was young and I went hunting a lot, I paid attention to the birds that would fly by that I'd want to shoot, or the deer that would come out that I'd think about shooting. And when things didn't happen, I was bored. But as I grew up and grew older and the animals didn't show up, I learned to appreciate other things. The leaves, and how come the leaves on that tree are changing and that one they're not? Oh, they're different trees. Look at there's nests in that one. Why are there no nests in that one? Walking around, what are those tracks on the ground? And it invigorated my mind. It stimulated my senses. And so I became this person that was like just soaking everything in. And if the animal showed up, that's fine. But I wanted to see what was out there and experience it, smell it. Smell death, really death. One of the greatest smells I've ever smelled is being in the outdoors and smelling wet dirt. When it's dry and rain comes, man, the smell of that just fresh earth is so stimulating to me. Nature journaling. Bring a notebook and pen to jot down your thoughts and observations. Reflecting on your time outdoors can deepen your connection with nature and provide a sense of accomplishment. I have a suggestion. If you do keep a journal, if you do walk with your grandson, granddaughter, maybe a child, encourage them to start a journal. One day you're going to be gone. I want to be gone. Wouldn't it be nice for your children to look, oh, I remember that walk. We saw whatever kind of bird and we did this and we saw, oh, wouldn't that be nice to have memories like that are permanently embedded into someone you love? The final thing is consistency is key. Make nature therapy a regular part of your routine, whether it's a daily walk or a weekly hike. Consistent exposure to nature enhances its positive impact on well-being. And make sure you go camping and RVing more often. Okay, so I made that up. But I think camping and RVing is good for us spiritually, mentally, physically, the whole 9 yards. It can drive us crazy at the same time. Now, about Valentine's. And before I get into Valentine's, let me know what you think of these things. If you think that nature therapy is a good thing and there's truth to this, type 2. If you think that this is all a bunch of hogwash, and type 1. I don't think anybody's going to type 1. Maybe you will. But what surprises me about this kind of thing is what kind of experts have to figure out that nature is good for us? No kidding. Never thought of that. Okay, going back to Valentine's Day, I saw this, and I know it's floated around social media a lot. My wife sent it to me, and she said, just read some of these things, and I'm going to read them to you. And it talks about how to. This is from a newspaper in the 1950s. It's from a home economics book for girls and women how to take care of their husband. So if you were in the 1950s, this is what you were supposed to do. Have dinner ready, plan ahead. And I want to hear your comments on this. If you think this is good stuff or bad stuff, have dinner ready, plan ahead, even the night before, to have a delicious meal on time. This is a way of letting him know that you have been thinking about him and are concerned about his needs. Most men are hungry when they come home, and the prospects of a good meal are part of the warm welcome needed. Prepare yourself. I love this. Take 15 minutes to rest so you'll be refreshed when he arrives. Touch up your makeup. Put a ribbon in your hair. Oh, and be fresh looking. He's just been with a lot of work-weary people. Be a little gay and a little more interesting. His boring day may need a lift. You know, when I get home, Lisa's got a bow in her hair and I can smell the dinner cooking. And I mean, she's got this, just a nice dress on, you know, from the 1950s. And you know what? That doesn't really happen very often. It's like, what are we going to make? I don't know what's in the fridge. Clear away the clutter. Make one last trip through the main part of the house just before your husband arrives, gathering up the school books, toys, papers, the dog poop. I'm kidding about that. Then run a dust cloth over the tables. Your husband will feel he has reached a haven of rest and order, and it will give you a lift too. You know, to me, and I'm going to keep reading some of this stuff. It's funny, I guess, in 2024 to look back and think about this. And at the same time, for an old person like me, it's kind of sad. I mean, I think that women treated men better back in the 50s, 60s. Not everybody. There were the wife-beating jerks out there, and there always will be. But I think from a cultural level, I think that women treated men better, and men treated women better back in the 50s and 60s, generally speaking. And today, it's like we don't even know what a woman is and don't even know what a man is. It says, prepare the children. Take a few minutes to wash the children's hands and faces if they're small, comb their hair, and if necessary, change their clothes. They are little treasures, and he would like to see them playing the part. It talks about time and caring, T-I-M-E. We're all so rushed, and I just don't think we prepare the children not only for having dinner around a family meal. We don't prepare them to even say please or thank you, and prepare them for what the real world has in store and how it works. Minimize all noise. At the time of his arrival, eliminate all noise of washer, dryer, dishwasher, vacuum. Try to encourage the children to be quiet. Be happy to see him. Greet him with a warm smile. Be glad to see him. I know that this is 2024 and this was the 1950s, but wouldn't it be nice if some of this kind of took place today? And I think in many homes it does. I do. And it's not bad. I would much rather return to that where we kind of had our roles. We have to be flexible and open and understanding. But I think that men, when the wife treats the husband right, the husband can treat the wife right. But if it's a transactional relationship, you know, that you've had a bad day and I'm going to wait until my spouse is nice to me before I'm nice to them. I call that transactional love. And it ain't good, because if you have to be loved, if you have to get love to give love, that's not love. That's a transaction, a business transaction. You know, people say that they, I don't know, don't want to get off into religion, but people say, I believe in God. I believe in the things that, you know, we learn in the Bible. Then why don't you act like it? It's because it's hard. That's the reason. It's hard. And part of the natural world is we have, you know, those 7 deadly sins, and we're all guilty of them. And I think that being open and honest and looking back instead of going, I'm glad that we don't do that anymore. I don't know. Some of this stuff to me, I miss. Some don'ts. Don't greet him with problems or complaints. Don't complain if he's late for dinner. Count this as minor compared with what he might have gone through that day. Let me tell you something. Many women, probably way more than half of them now, they have jobs too. And they got problems as well. And so a lot of us complain, and I think that it's important to listen to each other's complaints. Make him comfortable. Oh, yes. Have him lean back in a comfortable chair. Suggest he lies down in the bedroom. Have a cool, warm drink ready for him. Arrange his pillow and offer to take off his shoes. Rub his feet while you're at it. Speak in a low, soft voice, soothing and pleasant. Allow him to relax and unwind. Don't forget it's garbage day tomorrow. Take the garbage can out. You can't believe what the dogs did today. You know who I got a phone call from? Blah, 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 blah. That would never happen to me. I probably got to get in trouble on Valentine's Day. I'll wrap it up. Listen to him. You may have a lot of things to tell him, but the moment of his arrival is not the time. Let him talk first. Let me tell you something. I think we all have a lot of things to say. And I also think it's important to listen, to take the time to listen and really listen. Repeat back whoever says something to you. Are you telling me that and then repeat it back. It shows respect that you really did listen. Yeah, I'm listening. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Make the evening his, and the goal, try to make your home a place of peace and order where your husband can renew himself in body and spirit. And I believe we need to make the home a place of peace and order where everyone can renew themselves in body and spirit. And part of that goes back to the beginning of this video. We need a connection with nature. You know, I'm promoting RVing and camping and being in the out of doors often, but I think that you can't deny that nature is in us, and having a connection with nature and our creator helps us be a better human being, a more successful, kind, thoughtful, stronger, aware human being. So I'm going to leave it there for Valentine's Day. Thanks for spending a little bit of it with me. I do appreciate it. Let me know your thoughts on the way people treat their spouse today as compared with the 50s. And if you think that all this stuff is just stupid, or you think that it goes both ways, that we need to respect each other, I'd like to know down below. Thank you for joining me. I do appreciate it. I am the Wingman. Be safe, have fun, play nice. Don't leave your good manners at home, and I will see you in the next video. Bye-bye, everybody.